Good morning. Welcome to another live workout with TriCore. So a couple things that you will need today. Go ahead and grab your PVC. You can grab a broom, you can grab your Swiffer is another really good one I like to use at home. We're gonna start with a 5-minute warm up, and then for our workout today, you've got the option to grab a dumbbell. I'm gonna use a single one, you can use a set. I'll give you your options along the way. But let's get it started. I'll give you a second to grab whatever you need for this PVC warm up. I'm gonna run that clock for 5 minutes. So let's grab our bar. Arms are shoulder width apart, toes forward. Drop your shoulders down. You can actually walk your hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. Create a little bit of space around your neck. And before we move, I just want you to feel like your palms are pulling the bar apart. It's not gonna move. You're gonna feel your shoulder blades kind of squeeze together. Keep that activation. Let's bring the bar down. Tap toward those thighs and lift up and over. Tap toward your back. Now you can always walk your hands a little bit wider if you notice you're getting stuck overhead. Just allow your body to move. We're going a little fiery today. Not so much fire for speed. We're doing a little bit of endurance work. We're gonna let that clock run while we work. So let's do 2 more like this. And after that last one, instead of coming all the way forward, bring your arms overhead. Again, get that feeling. Tuck your wrists a bit. Feel you're pulling the bar apart. Walk your feet out just a bit. We're gonna take it into an overhead squat. So sit your butt back, push up through the heels. You wanna keep those arms pushing up as your shoulder blades drop down, as your butt drops down. Good. Chest is gonna hinge a little bit here, but you don't wanna dunk that chest forward. Starting to warm up through the hips. Keep that little bit of tension on the bar. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. A couple more here. We've got about 20 seconds before we move on. Lots of fun in front of us today. My favorite word. Down. Let's do 2 more. That should take us to time. Push through the heels. And 1. Awesome. Bar is gonna come back in front of those hips, and we're gonna take it into our around the world. So I'm gonna start with my right hand. From here, we take the right arm to bring us up and behind, and use your left arm to bring you home. Beautiful. Up and over. Awesome. So find where you get stuck here. Great place to pull in through your abdominals. Feel the ribs knitting together. Never hurts to pull your Pilates into your strength practice. Bring your hands in front of those hips. Let's reverse it. Lift the left. Left arm brings you back. Right arm brings you home this time. Find your range. Breathe into those sticky spots. Soften your knees. I just caught myself super locking out. It's that kind of day. Awesome. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take that bar right over the shoulders, lengthen your arms. So I need to kind of drape the hands over, reach through the fingertips. We're gonna start with some rotation, just nice little twist. And start to pivot the back foot. So I want you to think about your back foot and your front arm. Little gentle push with the front arm. And that nice big pivot off the back foot, like you're finding that stretch from your toes all the way through to your fingertips. So good. So if you like to take this one at a nice, quick pace, you're welcome to. Just get that pivot on your foot. I like to add a little hold at the edge, mostly just because my shoulders and pecs are usually really tight. Last 2. Do what works for you. Awesome. And we're going to finish up with those good mornings. So arms reach out, keep the bar where it is. Now we're going to hinge instead of squat. So hinge at your hips. Butt stays in the same place. And we rise up, push through the heels. So nice big hamstring stretch. And then find that space where we get a little bit of heat in the hips. Bringing that chest parallel to the floor. Think about sending your butt back rather than down. Once it goes down, the squat. So good. Got about 30 seconds here. We're gonna hold that hinge. We're gonna just take our rotation from that hinge, getting a little deeper into the legs. Right fingertips down to the floor, back through center, and left. So feel how that pulls up through the adductors. Just about 10 seconds here. Find what feels good. For 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. I'm gonna place my bar out of the way here. So the workout you have in front of you, it's gonna be a 16-minute push for the first endurance set. We've got 3 movements and then a nice big rest. So there's no rest in between our movements today. Just gonna get that clock set, and then we're gonna go through our workout. Here we go. Awesome. So each time we pick a new movement, we go for 60 seconds. So your first one is your full body squat. I am gonna grab a dumbbell for some, maybe all of my sets today. If you're using your dumbbell, you're gonna hold it in both hands. Whether you've got a dumbbell or not, hands are gonna do the same thing. Walk your feet out. I like a tiny turnout on this one, just a little bit. Reach the weight down. We're gonna squat to tap the floor and then push the arms up. So all the way down, all the way up. Slight hinge in the torso, but I want you to do your best to send your butt down while keeping your chest up. 60 seconds there. No break. We're gonna flip that weight into that goblet position, elbows wide. And then we're gonna take it into a curtsy lunge squat combination. So we'll start, step back, drop the back knee down. You wanna get that knee down so we get the glute activation, squat, and switch. 60 seconds here, weight or no weight. If you're not using your weight, arms go wherever they best serve your balance. Mine usually wind up in front of my chest anyway. And then finally, one of our new favorites around here, we've got our side plank burpee. So, arms up, knees bent. We hop or step it back. Make sure your feet are wide enough so that you can swivel to the side, reach one side, reach to the other, bring it in, step or hop it up, reach up to the ceiling. I'll give you modifications along the way. After those 3, then we rest 60 seconds. We do that 4 times, and then spoiler alert, we've got 5 minutes of super secret abs. So, grab your weight if you want one. Otherwise, just follow along. Your first 60 seconds, full body squats. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. So I'll start with no weight just to work through that form. Arms up, squat, and up. Tap, and up. Tap, and up. So you want to get low, and then reach. Get low, and reach. So remember, we're going for a full 60 seconds. So I want you to think about steady pace rather than rushing. You want something that's gonna make you not feel like you need to stop. So working on your range of motion. My hips are super tight this morning, so I'm gonna get a little bit lower each time. Tap. 20 seconds left before we curtsy lunge to squat. Chest up, steady. Reach, get those obliques to fire. Last 10. Come on, stay strong with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip that weight to a goblet position if you're using it. Step it back, drop your knee, squat in between. We're doing this 4 times. So maybe round 1, you find your form. Round 2, you find your speed. Round 3 and 4, you find your weights. Always an option. Chest up. You want to focus on that back glute. Am I forgetting to squat in between? Perhaps. 20 seconds. I always find a nice good pace in a curtsy lunge. Squat makes you stop and think. So good. 10 seconds. Drop those weights. side plank burpees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm going to take some steps today rather than hops because my knee is not very happy this morning. So you do you. I'm up, I'm down. See, step or hop it out. Reach, reach. Pause in that plank. Hop if it feels good. Reach up, we're down. Step, step. Reach and reach. Bring it in and up. This one is going to be a little bit of a different push, a little bit of a different pace. Allow yourself to pause in those side planks. Reach, pause. Remember, bottom hip, pushing the top one up. You got 10 seconds. Come on, team. We got this. Nice big rest. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Whatever you need. 60 seconds is a long break. It's there to get you into a full recovery so we can start from the top again. We're almost there. So remember, round 2, maybe we change our pace a little bit. You know the movements, you know your modifications, you may know your limitations. Now let's see where we can get a little bit more out of it. Doesn't mean you have to make it harder. It means that you've got to see what you're holding back with. Still got about 20 seconds. So like I said, I'm gonna grab my weight in round 3. I'm gonna change my pace a little bit, maybe move a little bit more deliberately. Maybe you counted your reps for your 60 seconds in round 1. If you did, I want you to stay there. Maybe try to beat it. 3, 2, full body squats. Let's do it. Up, tap, and down. You want a deep bend in the knee. You want to send your butt back and down to the floor. And then you want to reach up, especially if you've got that weight. You're pushing and lengthening through those obliques. Full body, halfway there. Up, down, reach, lengthen, come on. I got you. We're doing this. 20 seconds to your curtsy lunge to squat. I'm gonna remember to squat this time. Maybe I did the last time. I felt like I was talking a lot, you know. You've got that weight. Think about pushing it up, driving it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking it into your curtsy to squat. Goblet if you're holding your weight. We step back, drop the knee, squat, drop butt. Deliberate. You do not have to rush to pick up your heart rate to make this fiery. That 60 seconds gets you fired up. Step it back, drop the back knee down, front knee stays behind your toes. Don't lose your form just because you want to go fast. You can always just stick with a curtsy, stick with a squat. 15 seconds left. See? I talk and I forget to squat, guys. We're doing it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've got the squat giggles. Side plank burpees. Let's do it. We're up. I'm going to bend the knees. Hands down. Hop or step back. Reach. Reach. Down. In and up. So, we're going to talk on that next round of reaches. Knees down. Hop. When you reach, fingertips to the ceiling, not back behind you. You want to think about pushing your body up. Up. Bring it in. Hop it up, team. You got it. 25 seconds. Up, down, pausing your plank, reach, reach. Last 15. Come on, guys, you got this. It's a pants adjusting day. I knew it might be. Reach, and rest. All right, 60 more seconds coming at you. Breathe. Whatever your recovery looks like, take it. Whatever you need, take it. You can lay on the floor, you can take it to a child's pose, whatever works. Starting to get nice and sweaty in here. I imagine it's the same for you. You've got 30 seconds. Breathe. Maybe those burpees caught your breath. Big inhales. Big exhales. Find balance. Find a little bit of peace in that breathing. Allow your heart rate to come down. Yes. 15 seconds, we do it again. Round 3, that means we are past our halfway point. So if you want to grab a weight, now's the time. Full body squats in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. I'm going to grab my weight for this one. Holding on to either side. You can do this with a gallon of water, with some jugs of laundry detergent, whatever feels good. Form over everything though, so if your form is suffering because you're holding a weight, drop that weight. I want you to get that hip flexibility, that hip mobility, steady and strong. You've been gauging this pace now, you know what it feels like. So you should know you've only got about 20 seconds in front of you. All the way down, push up, lengthen. All the way down, push. 10 seconds, push. So good. Curtsy to squat coming at you in 5, 4, 3, 2, reset, but don't recover. Grab that weight if you want it. Goblet position. It's gonna weight that booty work. Step back, knee drops. Push off that back knee and squat. Yes. Remembering how much we loved that extra 5 minutes of glute work last week. Maybe it'll happen again later this week. Halfway. So good. It's those little pauses, those moments where you engage a little bit differently that make all the difference. Those moments when you remember to squat in between your curtsy lunges. I think I'm funny today. All right, side plank burpees in 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Take it up, down, hop it, plank reach, center, hop or step. Find what works. I'm trying to give you a little bit of both. Again, those hops aren't working for you. You step, you pause, you can always jump right up at the top. Let's go. Find your reach. Belly and core tight, reach in. You can always take that hop up. Listen to your body. Find your push, find your focus. If that up down gets to you, brings your heart rate up too fast, you can always stay in your plank and alt your side planks. 3, 2, 1, let's rest. Wherever rest is for you, that's where I want you to go. Best news ever, one more round. So we had our round for form, we had our round for pace, we had our round for a little more resistance. Now I just want you to have your best round possible. I've given you all the tools, all the modifications. Just because you didn't take them in round 1 doesn't mean that you might not need them in round 4. Your best means we don't stop. We push through for those 3 minutes and we rest for that last full minute. After this, 5 minutes, super secret abs. 15 seconds to breathe. Come with me for your best round of the day. Grab your weight if you want it. If you felt better without it, it off to the side. Your best in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Up. Full body squats. Get us going. So remember, we're up. Butt back, chest up. Reach. Good. Down. Up. Down. Push. So if you got that weight, I want you to think about pulling it up from the floor and then pushing it to the ceiling. Yes. This is where you kill it, right here, right now. 30 seconds. All right, you got this, butt back. Don't lose it. So when we're tired, this is the moment where we start to just dump the torso forward and not let those hips drop. Squat is the most important part here. Then you've got your push and pull, down. What about thinking about that return? We push up, pull down, push to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Weight goes goblet if you want it. Curtsy lunge to squat. One last time. One more opportunity for me to remember that squat in the middle. Come on. I wouldn't laugh about it every time if I didn't do it every time. I'm not trying to keep my super funny joke alive. And I'm not gonna fall down either. Good. Weight's optional. If you found that this set without the weight was your best self, that's where I want you to go. 25 seconds. One more time in that side plank burpee right in front of you. Down, back, down, back. Last 10. Down and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weight goes off to the side. You can throw it because you're done with it as long as you're not hurting anything. Take it into those burpees. So, like I said the last time, if that hop, if that up down is too much, we roll, reach, center, roll, reach, center. Finding that pace, finding that form, finding those hops. They're working for you 30 seconds. Up. Step, hop up, down. So good, guys. Up, down, out. 10 seconds, you got one more full rep, let's do it. Up, down, finish strong, and strong, rest. 60 seconds on the clock, belongs to you here. I want you to pull that heart rate down, breathe. Thank yourself for that nice big push. 5 more minutes, we're gonna just roll through it. 60 seconds each. Not gonna be too bad, I promise. And we're gonna wind our way down. So we'll start on our back, find some planks, and then finish just laying on our belly. I want you to take these 20 seconds, and then we'll get into our next 5 minutes. Beautiful job. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest time is important, especially when we push for a long duration. All right, so we've got 5 movements, 5 minutes. I'm trying to be cute, 7 o'clock. Same time. Brains don't work that way. All right, so starting on our back, we've done this movement a few times now. It's our teaser V-up. So arms up, knees up. You can take the arms behind your head if that feels better. As we press through the arms and crunch up, we lengthen the legs, take it into our teaser. Sit down, squeeze it up. Next one, feet come down on the floor. And we're just gonna peel up into our curl. Hands on either side of your body, peel it up. we're gonna take it into our oblique reachers. So, fingertips reach toward the ankle and other side. So thinking about pulling the ribs in, belly in, reaching and squeezing that sideways rib to hip connection. Then we're gonna bring it up, take it into our forearm plank, knee taps. So elbows down, heels reach long. Legs pretty close together, you wanna parallel. We tap our knees down, reach back through the heels. First couple, feel like no big deal. Last 20 or 30 seconds, start to feel that low belly. All right, number 4, alternating down dog, knee crunch. So, hands on either side of the body. I like to find my plank first. We push back, and as we pull forward, we take knee to elbow. So you come all the way back, both feet down. Core tight, pull your chest through to your thumbs, knee comes across. You can go same side or cross body. Finally, we lay on our belly, reaching long through the arms, long through the legs, lifting up, glutes, core, and back, finishing with 60 seconds of our Superman. So let's get started. Clock is gonna start. You've got your teaser V-ups. 60 seconds, guys. 3, 2, go. So knees bend, we curl up, reach, and down. Steady. Arms up. Good. So if you've got that full teaser in you, you're coming up to a little bit of a higher crunch than maybe you would in your V-up. But you want to think about all of your energy driving forward rather than up. I want you to think about pushing the legs forward, pushing your fingertips forward and down. Good. Focus on that squeeze in the belly. Awesome. You got 10. Always take that little knee hug if you need it. 3, 2, 1. Feet down, arms long, and we peel it up into our crunch. Reach and reach. So rather than just that fast tick-tock motion, I want you to pause for a second. Squeeze. So lifting up so that your shoulders are off the mat, rib to hip. Pull in through center, you got this. You're halfway there. Head can come down if you need a little reset. And then we bring it back. Goodness. 20 seconds. You're strong, you're focused. 10 seconds away from those plank knee taps. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. Quick transition. Elbow comes down. So once you find it, tap, reach. So think about this like a push through the heels. Butt stays down, knees drop together, and then push. Low belly is lifting, tailbone is slightly tucked. So your focus here is not your legs, it's that lift in the low belly. Awesome job. If that booty's popping up, drop it down. Imagine that ceiling is just hovering over your back. So there's nowhere for your hips to go, but right in line with those shoulders. 10 seconds. Down dog. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So from that plank, take it to your hands. We push back, down dog. We pull forward, knee to elbow. I'm gonna stay on the same side. Good. So you wanna really feel like your butt's going up And then sliding back down, right in line. Beautiful. Got this, guys, 30 seconds. Find your focus. Hips up, knee drive. You got it, 15 seconds, and then you lay on that belly. Last 10. Last minute, roll it up on your team. 3, 2, 1. Let's lay it down. And I want you to reach. Arms long, legs long, hip bones press, belly lifts up and down. You want to feel the back body engage. You want to feel a connection from your hip bone all the way down to your ankle. Like you're lengthening out of that hip bone. Beautiful. Only place to look, right down at the floor. You got this. Last 10 seconds. We've pushed to this point. Why stop now? You got 5. Nice and steady. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Grab your water if you need it. Grab a towel. It got hot in here. All right. So we got a little more work in front of us. Moving through Pilates. Doing a little bit of upper body work. Very gentle. But we need to do a little more upper body work. Then we're going to take it into some stretches. You guys will be done for the day. So whatever you need right now, go ahead and get it. And then, meet me just laying on your back. Good. So your legs are long. I want you to start your arms right down at your sides. Maybe flip your palms up. Maybe turn your toes out. Take a moment to reset, recenter, and maybe just a moment of gratitude for the work that you just did. That was a fun one. Got a little sweaty for me. I hope you felt the same way. So every time you exhale, we're nice and released through everything. So releasing through the front of the shoulders by flipping the palms, releasing the hip flexors by turning your toes out. And then very gently, we're going to take a couple of reps of going from that engaged but resting position to our fully released position. So inhale. Exhale, I want you to flip your palms and bring your toes back to the ceiling. Super gentle. Inhale, open, let everything go. Exhale, core tight. Just showing you that you can still be engaged even though you're laying down on your back. Inhale, open. 2 more. And then open. Last one. And open. Hold that open for 3, 2, and 1. So turn those toes back up to the ceiling. Reach your arms overhead. I want you to reach down through your heels like you're trying to pull those hips out of the socket and just lengthen your spine. So maybe even consciously walk your heel an inch or 2 forward. Beautiful. So nice and stable through the low body. I want you to take your right hand and just grab that left wrist. As you reach down evenly through both heels, you're going to use that right hand to pull the left wrist just slightly over to the right, keeping your shoulders down. Inhale back through center. We're going to do 2 more on this side. Reaching evenly through the heels. Create that space. And back. Good. Think about up, up, up. And back, last one. Pull, Relax through that right shoulder, reach, big stretch to the left side, just releasing some of that side plank work. And back through center. Let those legs roll out, arms roll out. And then we come back to engaged. Heels reach, so we want that long line from hip bone, right down and through. And then we lengthen the arms, soften the ribs, release the shoulders down the back. We're gonna reach and grab the left wrist with the right wrist with the left hand. And then we're gonna reach down through the heels first. Pull up through that arm like you're lengthening, creating space. And even though we're pulling, it's just an assistance. We reach through the fingertips. Inhale, let go. So if that left shoulder is bugging you, you can just focus on that reach up and over. It's nice to do this on the floor. This is definitely a stretch that we do standing. But you can really focus on where your body is pulling away from the mat and coming out of form. Last two. Beautiful. Last one. And then circle the arms around to your sides. Bring your hands to the floor. Make your way up to a seated position. So I'm just going to sit cross-legged, nice and tall, anchoring down through my sit bones. And then I'm going to take my palms, turn them up to the ceiling. Elbows tuck into the rib cage. Think about keeping your thumbs pointing out and your pinkies in. Just a little bit of rotator and back work. Exhale. You're creating your own resistance here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as we open the arms. Inhale, bring it back. So without any resistance, without any weight, you feel a nice stretch across the front of the body. But we also notice where we can create our own resistance. So sit up nice and tall, squeeze, and then pull those pinkies back together. Pull back. Pull back. You got 4. Notice what the chest and what the torso is doing. If it's compensating, reaching forward, really think about tightening up that corset right before you move your arms. I lost count, let's call this 4. I talk too much. Palms up. Keeping those arms in alignment, keeping the ribs in. With the palms up, we're gonna push the arms out, little flexion of the biceps, and then pull the elbows back to our sides. So you wanna think about your stabilizers here, that rib cage drawing in, squeeze, cross out. So again, you create your push, you create your pull. Pull back, you got 2 more. Last one, press it out, I want you to hold. Sit up a little bit taller. We're gonna take tiny circles, we go back first. Think about sending your thumbs just behind you, hollowing out your armpits, keep those palms turned up. 3, 2, 1, switch directions. So we're doing 2 things. We're reaching to the sides of the room, and then we're circling. We're also staying nice and stable through the torso. 3, 2, and 1. Rest your hands on your knees, and then pull back, open up that chest, and roll your shoulders down. A couple times. Good. All right. This is where we have a little fun. I'm going to turn to the side and just lengthen your legs out. Or you could really just lengthen them out in front of you. I'm turning to the side so you can see what we're doing. So, legs in front of the hips. Your hands are just behind your body and your fingertips are pointing toward your butt. Squeeze the elbows together. And you're gonna push your chest out just a teeny bit on this one, not a lot, not to overcompensate. We just wanna keep those shoulder blades squeezing together in the front of the shoulders and collarbones opening up. So we're gonna take this into a little bit of a tricep press. So your body is on that diagonal to start. We're gonna inhale, bend the elbows, lower the back to the floor, exhale, push into the palms. So it doesn't have to be a big movement. If you're not feeling it in your triceps, you can walk your hands back a little bit. Keep your fingers pointing forward. You want to think about that torso as one flat board. So we're not bending, we're not rounding. We're bending the elbows to lower, push up, flex your triceps. Bend the elbows to lower. Push up, flex your triceps. So think about that straightening of the arms, that driving the palm into the floor. Good. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. We're going to press up and hold. And then we're going to keep those arms activated. Keep the triceps flexed. We're going to push down into the heels and lift the hips. We're going to hold our reverse plank in 3, 2, 1. So everything stays active. You push into your palms, lift your hips, peel those collarbones apart, squeeze your butt, push your hips up, drive into those hands. We're going to hold. You've got 10 seconds here. I know you can do it, or I wouldn't ask you to. Push those hips up, squeeze your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your hips, lower your body down to the floor, and just breathe. 10 seconds, just to catch your breath. And then we're slowly gonna make our way over into our plank. So we've got a little bit of timed plank work here. It's a short set. We're gonna work from our plank into a little rock back and forth. We'll hold our plank and we'll drop our knees and finish with push-ups. All right, last little push and then we stretch. Hands down. We're gonna step our feet back one at a time. If that doesn't work for you, you can stay on your knees. So we find our plank. Push up into your palms, spiral the insides of your elbows forward, and reach through the heels. I want you to push through the heels as you lift your kneecaps and activate your quads. You've got 30 seconds here just to breathe. Awesome job. Every time you exhale, I want you to think about every part of your body that's facing the floor, lifting up toward your spine. Pushing that floor away, squeezing through center. Almost there. Last 10 seconds. Drop your knees if you need to, but don't lose that engagement. You got options. Last 3, 2, and 1. From here, I'd like you to stay in your plank. If you need to drop your knees for a second, go ahead. We're going to point the toes. A little stretch in the wrists. A little activation through those obliques. Reach through the heels. Keep your body flat. Just like that plank work from earlier. Start to think about that wall, that ceiling rather, just hovering over you. Hips don't lift, they skim across. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold with me one last time. Knees can come down if you need them to, but stay active, stay strong. You've got 15 seconds to go. I know you can do this. Every time you exhale, tighten that core. Knees are not a problem here. Just don't give up. Lift the belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit it back for a quick child's pose. Hips fall to your heels. And breathe. Lengthen through the arms. Maybe walk your knees a little bit wider. And then slowly pull back into your plank, and we're all gonna stay on our knees for this set. 1 set of push-ups, and then we'll get a little bit deeper into that child's pose. So hands down, knees behind you. We pull the shoulders over the wrists. Tuck the tailbone, lift the belly. We inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, press. We're going for 8, 6 more for me. Your best push-up on those knees. And when you hit your 8, I want you to walk your knees nice and wide. Drop your elbows for a moment as you push your hips down to your heels. Keeping the elbows relaxed on the floor, start to slide your fingertips forward. Beautiful. Reach through the fingertips, retract the shoulder blades. Scoop the belly, tuck the tailbone. Let's walk both hands over to the right, over to the left. And maybe even place that right hand on top of the left. Pull back. Release those shoulders. Find the spot where it feels good for you. Maybe stacking your hands doesn't work. Maybe just walking your right fingertips a little further than the left works. That works nicely for me right here. Every time you exhale, sink it low, and then slowly walk it back through center. Sit it back, reset the hips, and then walk it to the right. Pull your left elbow back. Maybe you take the left hand on top of the right. Or I like to walk my fingertips forward and then anchor the palm, pull that left hip back. Nice big stretch across the whole body. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back through center and meet me in your high kneeling position. So I want you to tuck your toes under here. I'm just going to take a little stretch for the ankles. Sitting back toward your heels. And then engaging the core, rising up. Just nice and gentle, changing that foot position to get that big stretch. Lift and down. And down. Let's go for 3. Beautiful. Little quad stretch as we lower. 2. And 1. We come up. I want you to swing that left leg forward. Right knee back. We're just going to rock into that front leg for a little stretch. Reach. Pull back. Right hip bone is pulling forward. And do what feels good for you on that right leg. If you feel more stable, tuck your toes under. And then we're reaching forward with the hips here. So we're not just driving that left knee beyond the toes. We're pushing both hips evenly forward. 2 more. Nice. Last one, let's hold. Breathing into that right hip for 3, 2, and 1. Let's take it back. Send that hip back to your heel. Flex the left foot. And just fold over that leg, little hamstring stretch. Wherever it feels good for you. You got 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Take it back to that kneeling position. And then swing your right leg forward. Hips are nice and square. Remember, each side of your body can treat you a little bit differently. So just listen to it as we start to hinge and pull back. Awesome. Hinge, pull back. Find that dynamic release before we hold. Left hip bone pulling forward. Think about pushing those hips forward rather than just leaning into the knee. Last one, let's hold. Lifting through that left quad. 3, 2, and 1. Sit it back. Flex your foot. And hold. So again, back leg wherever it best serves you. You can tuck your toes under. You can flatten out those toes. It's just a slightly different stretch. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring that foot to the floor. Swing that leg around. You want to find your kneeling position. And then again, walk your hands out beyond that child's pose until you can rest your hips on the floor. And just bring your arms to a goal pose position. So no tension in the shoulders, reaching through the toes. So now we lengthen the front of the body before we flex the back. So reaching through your toes lengthening out of those hip bones. Slightly different feeling than when we were on our back reaching through the heels. And with those elbows wide, we're gonna anchor down through the tops of the feet, anchor down through the hips. We're just gonna lift that whole upper body off the floor. Inhale, lower. That's your movement. Let's talk about how it's supposed to feel. You wanna feel your hip bones driving down, your belly pulling up, your bottom ribs sliding down toward your hips, and your neck in line with the spine. So that means your chin is slightly tucked. Holding on to the little grapefruit underneath your chin. You don't want it to roll away, but we're not trying to squish it either. Everything lifts like it's connected. Just like that reverse plank. Nice squeeze in the mid-back without any pain. So I want you to feel that belly pulling in, that core contracting, that back working without any additional tension. Pushing down into the tops of your feet, lifting the belly, last 3, 2, and 1. Laying it down. Reaching your arms out to a T position, and let's turn our head, resting the left side of the head on the floor. Arms reach long. Beautiful, just hold here. Inhale, slightly lift the torso, slide the hands in, and then lower. Take your gaze over to the left. Let's bring it back through center. I'm gonna bend my elbows one more time, and just finish up with a couple of scorpions, just because my hips feel tight laying down here. So let's lift the left leg, point the toes. Lift the knee, tap the toes, center, release. So we want to lift. If you want a little bit more of a stretch in the upper body, lengthen the arms, anchor through the fingertips. Awesome. Lift and tap. Back through center. So keeping your chest slightly lifted, you can take that gaze the opposite side every time. Belly pulls in just to support, last one on each side. Just gonna finish this up. Beautiful. Once you're even, you can just bring your hands together, rest your forehead in those hands, and let everything go. A couple of deep breaths here. Relax the shoulders. You don't even have to get up right now, but you are all done. Awesome work today. Join us back here tomorrow at 9. Great job.